Live from the South Jersey News Channel, this is News Channel 40, NBC at 11.
But the job is not over. They are committed, they are determined, and they are ready to do whatever is done in order to bring this person to justice before the court.
Family and friends are mourning the loss of an Ocean County police officer who was shot and killed in the line of duty last night. And tonight, a massive manhunt is underway for his killer. Good Saturday evening, everyone. I'm Jeff Whitaker. The tragic loss of Officer Chris Matlos has devastated the entire community, but they're not giving up until they get justice. A press conference, as you just saw, was held today on the shooting, and police have identified and charged the officer's killer. Matlos is 27 years old, stopped 19-year-old Jamel Crockham on the street to talk to him Friday evening. After a brief conversation, the suspect stepped back before allegedly shooting Matlos 3 times. After being shot, Officer Matlos was able to call for help before being rushed to the hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. The tragedy hit home for the Lakewood Police Department, who says they treat everyone in their force as family.
It's devastating. We are a law enforcement family. This is like having somebody in your family being killed, and all the officers are feeling it extremely deeply.
Matlos was a 5-year veteran of the Lakewood Police Department and was engaged to be married next June. Authorities are still on the lookout for the killer. He is described as a black male, roughly 5 feet 6 inches tall, with a stocky build. He was wearing a black hood over his head and wearing dark, saggy jeans with gray boxer shorts exposed. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office at area code 732-814-6983, or you can contact any local police department. 2 Atlantic City police officers were attacked in a scuffle between them and a suspect early this morning. Authorities say officers Cynthia Rangione and Al Hines responded to a domestic call here on the 3800 block of Ventnor Avenue just after 10:45 this morning. The female caller requested that the officers ask her boyfriend, 29-year-old Samuel Laws, to leave the apartment. When the officers arrived, they entered the home and a bedroom where Laws was sleeping. They woke him and asked him to leave. He allegedly charged at them and punched Officer Rangione in her throat and right shoulder. Rangione fired 1 shot onto the bed, where the officers were able to secure him. No one was struck by the bullet. Rangione had been taken to Atlantic Care Regional Medical Center for undisclosed injuries and is expected to make a full recovery. Bail is set at $145,000 for Laws, who was charged with aggravated assault, resisting arrest, and 2 counts of aggravated assault on a police officer. 1 person is in the hospital after 2 cars collided in Egg Harbor Township earlier today. Police on the scene at the intersection of English Creek and Dogwood Avenues around 1 o'clock this afternoon. That's where they say police say that 21-year-old Thomas Lafferty of Absecon was driving north on English Creek when he was struck by a car on Dogwood Avenue heading toward the intersection. Lafferty was thrown from his car as it flipped on sideways and came to rest against 2 trees. He was taken to Atlantic Care Regional Medical Center, where he was last listed in critical condition. Lafferty's passenger, 23-year-old Brandon Scott of Egg Harbor City, and the driver of the other car were not injured in the crash. Police tell us Lafferty and Scott were on the job in a company car when the crash occurred. No charges have been filed at this time.
Saturday evening to you, South Jersey. Nice way to start the holiday weekend, mainly kind of cold and dry. Sunshine this morning, then some clouds came in. There's been a sprinkle of flurry around this evening. That should be the only stuff that falls from our sky. This weekend, temperatures a lot warmer, about 30 degrees warmer than this time last night. In Millville last night at this time, it was 7 degrees. Tonight, 35. 37s along the shore, Atlantic City, Ocean City, Stone Harbor, and around Cape May Courthouse as well. Our high today, a little better than where we have been. Thursday and Friday, we didn't get above freezing. Today, we did at 39. I think we trend back down in the colder direction, but we stay dry for the rest of the holiday weekend, so no snow in sight. Our next storm, there's 2 in the 7-day forecast. Our next one's a rainmaker on Tuesday, but there is still a chance of some snow and a whole lot of cold as your 7-day forecast moves on towards the latter part of next week. We'll look ahead to the week ahead coming up in just a bit, Jack.
All right, thanks, Dan. Well, speaking of cold, this harsh winter has most of South Jersey bundling up and taking cover indoors. But that definitely wasn't the case for hundreds of people who braved the icy Atlantic off the beach in Wildwood today. Shane Irwin was at today's annual polar bear plunge, and he has the chilling story.
Swimming in these sub-freezing temperatures seems like a crazy concept to most of us, but not for Ryan Brooks and the more than 600 people who joined him in today's 5th annual Wildwoods Polar Bear Plunge. Water temperatures were just above freezing today, but that didn't matter to Jack, the youngest plunger of the day, or the rest of the dedicated participants. And while little Jack was brought to tears by the cold conditions, these adults were more than happy to subject themselves to what many of us would consider torture.
I'm a little cold, but you know what? I put it aside just for a good cause today, you know, to be here with my friends and with other crazy people like me to do it for a good cause.
It was cold. I mean, the water was 34, the air's in the 20s, but with that wind, I mean, it was really cold. So I'm just starting to feel my feet now.
It's an event that's especially meaningful for those with close ties to people with special needs.
This is a great cause. I mean, I know I have a friend that participates in Special Olympics. He's a Down syndrome kid, Kevin from Summers Point. Go, Kevin!
I grew up with a sister who has special needs, so it's just giving back, paying it forward.
Organizers were thrilled with the turnout and thankful for the community's support.
We organize it, but it's the community that comes out and supports it, and that's what, they make it happen. And you can see how full this room is. You see all the people that ran down the beach today. I mean, people hit that water, and it was cold.
Reporting in Wildwood, I'm Shane Irwin for News Channel 40 NBC.
Wow. The Polar Bear Plunge was organized and presented by the Wildwoods Convention Center, New Jersey Law Enforcement Torch Run, and the State Fraternal Order of Police. More than $150,000 was raised today, and every cent of that will go directly to the Special Olympics of New Jersey. Well, coming up on News Channel 40 NBC at 11, Home Sweet Home. One organization makes a dream come true for a local family in need. We'll have that story and more next. Friends, family, and volunteers celebrated the completion of a brand new home for one very lucky Middle Township family. Volunteers invited all to check out the Lopez family's new home, built in partnership with Cape May County Habitat for Humanity. As everyone toured the rooms, owner Miriam Lopez expressed her deepest gratitude for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and she's anxious to start making this house a real home.
So very thankful. I put a lot of work in the house. I'm thankful they gave me the opportunity to get this house. Very thankful.
The Lopez family plan to move into the new home next week. If you too want to help make some dreams come true by volunteering for Habitat for Humanity, you can go to our website at nbc40.net and click on links. Well, some local community members were honored today for their hard work and dedication during a Martin Luther King Jr. Awards ceremony. Ocean City High School hosted the city's annual community service and tribute to Dr. King, where more than 50 people took part in the event. 5 people were honored for their involvement and passion in helping others. The award presentation was followed by a rendition of Dr. King's inspiring I Have a Dream speech that was recited by the guest speaker, Reverend Johnson. After the ceremony, everyone was invited to a soul food dinner prepared for them in the school's auditorium. Meteorologist Dan Skeldon will be joining us with your full weather forecast in just a bit. But first, here's Lisa Johnson now with this week's Casino Connection.
Nevada presents fine dining at an equally fine price. Enjoy prix-fixe menus for $39 at Cebu, Fornaletto, or Wolfgang Puck American Grill. Call 317-1000 to make your reservation before 6:30 p.m. Sunday through Friday, and have a little fun.
The Casino Connection with Lisa Johnson, brought to you by the Borgata Hotel Casino and Spa.
In the January issue of Casino Connection, don't miss our annual People to Watch, in which we focus on people who will make a difference in the new year. We lead off with the new CEO of the Trump Casinos, Bob Griffin. In an exclusive interview, he explains his mission with the newly reorganized company. We also include Aaron Gomes, who's in charge of operations at the new resorts, Jennifer Weissman, who markets the Caesars properties in the East, Ken Calamo, the chairman of the Atlantic City Chamber of Commerce and COO Cooper Levinson, State Senator Steve Sweeney, who's in Atlantic City's corner in the Senate, Patrick Patrick Logue, the GM of Chelsea Hotel, George Saganis, a key supporter of the boardwalk, and many more who will play an important role in the rebound of Atlantic City in 2011. Also, don't miss articles on going back to school, the Miss America pageant, and all the news of the casino industry in the January issue. Or visit us online at CasinoConnection.com. For Casino Connection, I'm Lisa Johnson.
7-day forecast, cold and dry both tomorrow and MLK Day Monday. Rain on Tuesday, might begin as a brief shot of snow Monday night. Cold, windy Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, a shot of some snow, and then really cold weather next weekend. High at 23 here. That AFC Championship game in New England next weekend, Dan, going to be really, really, really cold on Sunday.
Wow.
And we don't know who you want to win.
No.
I'm quite boastful, huh?
Right.
Okay.
That's it for our news tonight. Thank you very much for joining us on this Saturday evening. And now for the Dans, I'm Jeff. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night. We'll see you back here again tomorrow night.